Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this wonderful evening where we have Lundqvist Darkside up against Vesselit in NLC Div 3. I'm joined by CEO of Lightside, Jackie13.
Hello, hello. Welcome to all the beautiful souls.
We are straight into the draft. Do you have the draft link open now?
I do. I can see the draft.
Okay. Actually, just gonna check who's. Okay, looks like Darkside are blue side for game 1. And the bans from Darkside, Varus, Ashe, Aurelion Sol. From Vesselit, it's Ari, Tristana, Heimerdinger. Is there a particular pick that you think is strong right now, Jackie?
I mean, I see the Aurelion Soul, the Varus, and the Ashe are all really strong picks, so I like the bans there a lot. I feel like it's more annoying bans rather on the side of Vesselit with the Heimerdinger and Tristana. They're strong as well, but not maybe broken as the other picks are. But Caitlyn first pick is cool too.
Yeah, exactly. The Caitlyn really oppressive AD carry that can be paired up with something like the Lux, maybe Morgana. We'll see what Darkside elects to go for.
I feel like there's plenty of things you can play with it, but of course the main idea is that you need to play towards the bot lane in that case and really abuse the prio.
Yeah, and the Wukong lock-in for Vesselit probably going to be in the jungle. So we'll see how Darkside answer that one. We saw yesterday Lightside putting very high priority on the Maokai, and we'll see if Darkside choose to do something similar.
It's a really, I mean, you see what works and you just go for it, I guess. It's not a fun champ to play against, but it's pretty broken.
Yeah,
and
I mean he was even
controlled.
nerfed this patch.
Yeah, but it's still kind of a broken champ,
Yeah.
I guess. I guess it wasn't too big of nerfs, but it's not maybe a first pick priority anymore, but still very strong.
Yeah, I mean, so they nerfed his, or they increased his E cooldown from 10 seconds flat to 14 seconds, but they buffed his Q damage a bit, so they gave him some compensation buffs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty fair. Then at least the annoying part is a bit nerfed, which is nice. But man, this is turning into very cursed comps, if I do say so.
It's gonna be Seraphine Senna for Vesselit and bot lane. Probably the fasting Senna then.
I would assume so. It's just annoying bot lane straight up. It's pretty fun, so we'll see who's the more annoying bot lane at the end of the day.
I feel like that bot lane is very mobile, so I mean Maokai can definitely look to gank there early.
Yeah, or even just getting a pick themselves. I mean, eventually the Lux Q will hit and then you're gonna start training like crazy. So just blowing a flash on bot is super big.
The Anivia ban coming in from Darkside and Jax from Vesselit. Obviously Darkside yet to pick top plus mid.
I'm not really sure what's good here, but I feel like getting mid priority would be really awesome for Darkside. So you can really force those dives, because it's a super diveable bot lane if you can get the prio and just shove in the waves, but I guess also Vesselit wants to deny.
Wait, did Vesselit miss a ban? I think they did.
I see the Syndra ban as well.
Okay, I don't see it.
Oh, okay. But yeah, they banned Syndra as well. I guess that's to help out the deny the mid priority and while they save the counter pick for mid.
And the blind Gnar lock-in. We'll see what the Darkside. Yeah, I mean they picked Silas maybe.
It's a good one. I mean, it's maybe sucks, might get a bad mid matchup, but comp-wise it has a lot of value, I would say.
Yeah. I'm thinking what they're gonna pick. It could be like Aatrox. I'm not sure if Morty plays it, but Aatrox would be like decent.
He does play it. I mean, he's also a tank connoisseur, I guess. So it might be an Ornn or maybe a Scion.
Oh, wait.
Oh, that would be banger.
Oh, it's yeah, I mean into Seraphine Senna.
He realized that he has bad win rate on Scion, so he's switching tanks. So he's going for something else now.
Did he play Scion in officials? I haven't asked yet.
I think he played it 3 times and all of them were a loss.
I
So
see.
it's a pattern we're trying to break free from.
Yeah, and obviously both of these teams have either won their series 2-0. They both won one series 2-0 and then lost the other two 0-2. So we'll see which team will be victorious today.
I mean, it's a really important game because if you lose here, you might be out of playoff contention even. So it's a huge match.
Indeed, there's 10 teams per league in Div 3, right?
Yeah, and top 4 makes it through.
Yeah, top 4.
So I mean, of course, you have some room for error, but it's starting to get really close right now.
Yeah, and also there are some tough matchups coming up as well. I know Int Esports, who almost qualified to Div 2, is in this group as well.
Yep, them as well. And Darkside hasn't played them yet. They'll also have TVA left. That Swedish team. It was one other big team as well, if I remember correctly. So it's hard games. It's definitely. I think it's probably the group of death, I would say.
Yeah, at least there are now 4 teams going into playoffs as opposed to 2, which was last split, and that I'm really happy for.
Yeah, it's a much more fun playoff, and it's gonna be pretty banger to see a 16-team playoff, which is a double elimination from what I've seen.
Yeah, it's gonna
So
be so many games.
It's gonna be a lot of games, but it's really fun to see a lot of cross-group play. But I'm expecting to see a lot of the Group C teams making it really far.
Yeah, we're. I mean, I guess we're readying up. People are getting in order, and then we will get into the real champion select for this one.
They really picked the Zoe, man.
What did you say?
They really picked the Zoe.
Yeah.
It's gonna be spicy. It's not that common to pick, but it can be really, really strong if you're good on it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a comfort pick or something. It doesn't feel that it fits perfect with the comp that they have. Zoe's kind of a pick champion with her Sleeper Travel Bubble and Paddle Star, the Q. I mean, the rest of the comp isn't that much of a pick, but comp I would say.
Not quite, but I guess it's more to just have the win lane, win game mentality here, which you probably want to win mid, whatever it takes, just to have some possibility to snowball.
Yeah. So I'll start the stream in Discord so you can see as well.
You don't have to be afraid of me.
Obviously only in
Banger.
Champions Select right now.
Alright.
Your eyes closed.
Yeah, I see. All good.
And unfortunately, I mean, we tried to get the cool overlay working. I even reinstalled my entire league, tried to get it working, but it didn't work out, unfortunately. So
Next time.
Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, we still have the semi-cool overlay, but the one with XP stats, EXP stats, and gold graphs. Unfortunately, won't have that one for this.
But one day it will be working, and then it's gonna be glorious.
Yeah,
it's
I
all
mean,
good.
Yeah, I mean, it works for the first stream, and then, so I mean, yeah, some unfortunate events happen, and now it doesn't work. But yeah, when it worked, it was really cool. It looked very professional, so I can't wait to get that one working. Anyway, it's Gnar versus Malphite top lane, Jacke. What can you tell me about this matchup?
Honestly, I don't know overly much about this matchup, because I try to avoid these matchups if I ever play top 4. I avoid the lane completely.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess early on it's gonna be a little rough for the Malphite. But then again, I mean, he's probably gonna go second wind and Doran shield and Bing shielding on top. So, and then it is gonna scale pretty well into the game. I mean, it's really hard for Gnar and Wukong to play against him.
Yeah, let me actually correct you on that one, because if Malphite takes Comet here, Arcane Comet, which he should into the Gnar matchup, he will actually be the one making life difficult for Gnar in the early game. This is a matchup
like that, okay.
yeah. This is a matchup where Gnar pretty much has to take fleet footwork, because otherwise Malphite will just poke him out of lane, and Malphite definitely has kill pressure, especially just after Gnar loses his Mega. Right then, Malphite can one-shot him with when he's level 6. Of course, if he has poked him down with. So yeah,
Well,
it's a
pretty good pick, I would say. I trust the Gnar connoisseur on this.
yeah, and also Malphite received a slight buff this patch. I think they increased his W armor scaling, so he deals a bit more damage when building armor, which he always wants to be building. There's that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think the Malphite's gonna end up having a lot of potential in this game, a lot of value, especially because, you know, engaging onto Zoe, Seraphine, and Senna is gonna be relatively easy as well. So it's a lot of good dive potential.
Yeah, I mean, like we spoke about previously, very, very immobile comp from Vesselit. In the jungle matchup, it's Maokai against Wukong. I have no clue how that one goes. I suppose Wukong should win their early skirmishes. Skirmishes make a lot of sense in my head, at least.
Yeah, I would say so. I think the market has a lot of good setup, but I feel like, you know, 1v1 is gonna struggle, especially. I think especially when Wukong gets the Divine Sunder, he doesn't have a say at all in the matchup. I guess early on he can hold him a little bit, but Maokai is more about the setup and playing with the team, and Wukong wants just trying to fuck him up 1v1.
Yeah. And a mid lane matchup, obviously the Zoe was picked into the Sylas, so I would have to assume that it's a, I mean, it's for sure a comfort pick for the Zoe. I don't know if it's a counter pick at all.
I have no clue. I mean, of course it should have some bullying to do in the mid lane, but also if it's not a good Zoe, then it's not that hard of a bully matchup, I think. Because Zoe does have a pretty high skill cap to really, really bully in lane.
True. And now moving on to this bot lane, maybe a bit more familiar territory for you, Jacke. What do you
I
expect
actually feel
to see?
at home. It's wonderful, but I hate both bot lanes. It's
Yeah.
absolute mad. But I expect that, of course, there's really good sustain on the Seraphine and Senna side, but especially early, it's gonna be so hard for them to have enough mana and sustain that up. I think it's so hard. I think after the first phase, it gets a little bit easier, but then also it's gonna be much easier for the Kate and Lux to do setups for the Maokai. So it's a bit of both, I think. But I think early on, it's gonna be a good priority for Kate and Lux, and they should get a good base and try to force a good lead there and see what they can do. And try and set up the ganks after that, I think.
Yeah, and we should expect both junglers to path towards bot lane is what I'm feeling. No real reason to path top lane into the Gnar Malphite lane. So we'll see, but definitely should be some early pathing towards this bot lane.
Yeah, especially for Darkside, but I expect the same to happen for Vesselit as well, to be honest. I don't see why they would leave their bot lane hanging in this game, but you never know. You never know what happens. You can always get surprised.
True. Yeah, I mean, obviously Darkside pathing bot lane, and I feel like it will make a lot of sense to respond for Vesselit to path bot lane as well. Or maybe the Wukong wants to go for an early invade actually on the Maokai.
I could try and do that as well. I guess he could also start on the bot side of the map if he feels that they can't contest the 3-3 and he's just gonna lose out on the scuttle. If he really trusts his bot lane to play safe and he just try to cross map and take the other scuttle. That's one way to try and do it, I guess. But also I feel like it's gonna be very volatile for the bot lane if that happens, so they really gotta play it well.
And yeah, we can see Morty on the Malphite with the Arcane Comet. You love to see it.
The Gnar plays the fleet as well. You got it correct.
Yep. I mean, on Gnar right now, there's nothing you can do really except go fleet. I mean, you can go grasp in certain matchup, but it doesn't feel that good. So here we are, it's game number 1, it's Lundqvist Darkside up against Vesselit in NLC Division 3C.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
And both teams are on a 1-2 record in the group as well. So it really is important here to start getting some wins on the board if you want to be in the playoff contention rate. Because if you lose here, I think you need to win all the other games essentially in the league,
Yeah,
and
a
that's gonna
2-0
be really hard.
exactly. A 2-0 today would be huge for either team.
Yeah, it feels like a very important game in trying to grasp the final haste from for the playoff spots. Otherwise, yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough.
Minions have spawned.
I just realized I have the ugly timers. I haven't changed to the esport one since I reinstalled League. It's fine though.
It's all good. It's because we're gonna have an absolute banger game. We need the ugly icons to match it. When we get down and dirty.
Morty actually starting Doran's ring on Malphite. Maybe that's how you do it nowadays. I remember when I was playing Malphite top back in the day, you always went corrupting pop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I guess they nerfed it a while back. I'm not sure how big the nerf was because I'm too AFK from League.
Yeah.
But I mean, you see the Doran's ring, I guess has value as well because you also sustain some mana. Just poke like a maniac.
Yeah.
It's like that.
So what Malphite wants to do here, he wants to Q Gnar every single time his mana flow comes up. He doesn't want to do it before that because then he will run out of mana, but as soon as mana flow comes up, he wants to press Q on Gnar. That's the idea for this early game for Malphite in top lane.
I guess the comment and mana flow ban is very similar CDs as well. That's what I remember at least from playing it
Yep.
on a bot lane as well. So
That's
it's
right.
a pretty nice combination.
And this
No.
Seraphine getting quite low, but Vesselit actually got caught in tower and gets killed. First blood. Was it
That
the
was
Senna
not-
W or?
It was the Seraphine E and then
E.
the Senna W
I see.
and then tower shot. Not according to plan, maybe. But I guess they're still gonna abuse a little bit. I mean, you saw the power of Caitlyn Lux there, just a bit unfortunate with the misplay.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I still think they're gonna have a lot of control in their lane. I mean, they didn't blow any summoners, just shouldn't make that big of a difference for the lane forward early on.
We can see Stampe is closing in on this gank bot lane. Potentially looking to help out. Wukong is bot side as well, but he is currently clearing out his drone, and Stampe should be a bit before the Wukong.
Yeah, I expect them to win this 3-3, to be honest. Especially when they don't have ults on the side of Vesselit, but yeah, depends on how the lane is played as well. They do get the freeze on bot, which is huge. We'll see if the Seraphine will try and TP back or not, because otherwise you might just get zoned anyway. So
That's a bit sad actually. The Skull Crab should always be Sampes when they have Caitlyn Lux. But
yes,
unfortunately with the death from Swissel, they lost lane priority and Polar was able to pick that one up.
yeah, it's honestly very illegal. It looks like he's even double scuttling, which
Yep.
feels super illegal this game. But of course, when there's unfortunate events like that, then
Ooh, Morty going for an all-in top lane, but he should know that Wukong is here flashing from both top laners.
does
I
he get the
think.
Q?
It's so close.
Oh my god, this is beautiful.
Gnar stays and
Oh,
okay, he gets the one-to-one.
nah, man.
Oh, that was really greedy from Gnar. And Sample going for a gank bot lane. This is going to be a dead Seraphine. They connect everything and it's a kill on the board for Bjarnan.
And the Seraphine flashes as well, and honestly, if I'm Seraphine here, I just don't use the flash. It's just already over, I feel like. And I mean, now he's gonna be even more susceptible to the ganks, and that's gonna be really scary, because you have amazing setup with the
Wukong
Maokai.
is getting really low top lane. Baits the W, now uses it, but I think Morty might kill him here. Q should come up, and the Wukong is forced to
my
flash
God.
out.
Beautiful. He manages to somehow really smurf it there more. That's a good job, but of course a bit unlucky as well. From the side of the Gnar, maybe. But Morty's in a good spot.
Yeah, he comes back to lane with full ninja tab eyes. Feeling pretty good for himself.
Of course, the Wukong got the kill, which is nice. That will help the jungle matchup a lot, and maybe that will have some impact in the lanes more later if the Wukong is much stronger than the Maokai. But right now, it's not gonna matter that much, I think.
Looks like the Gnar is building towards Merc Tread's first item, which also makes a lot of sense when you look at Darkside's comp.
Yeah, definitely. Only the Caitlyn really having the 80 damage, so, and everything else is super CC based as well. So it's a pretty perfect buy.
Versus
But I mean,
Drake.
then yeah,
Yeah.
getting fed on the Caitlyn is super important then as well when you're the only 80 damage.
Yeah, getting this Caitlyn ahead, huge for Darkside. 1 kill currently. And yeah, look at top lane. Malphite
Ward is
has
having a kill
lethal
there.
here with his next combo. He wants to Q once more and then he can go for Gnar. Gnar is about to go Mega though, so he might not have the timing for it.
Yeah, I guess he maybe can try and pull it off and then on some next wave try to get that kill going, but
Yeah, he won't be able to before Gnar goes Mega, but after though.
it's gonna be interesting to see that the Gnar has TP, the Malphite does not, but also if you're Gnar here and you TP, I'm not sure that's gonna be so worth it for you either. He's in a really bad spot if he TPs, I think. So they might just concede the dragon.
Yeah, for sure. With the bot lane priority, Flashless Seraphine Darkside will be the ones picking up the first dragon. Wukong is even resetting, there's no contest at all.
Yeah, it feels like it's kind of as it's supposed to go here. Back to the
Oh
normal
wait,
standard
Gnar is dead here,
again.
Gnar is dead here. Yeah, Morty finds lethal on Gnar.
Oh.
Really nicely played.
Mortis stepping up huge, and I mean it goes to show he's one of the most consistently performing members on Darkside. Everyone has performed well, but Mortis especially has really stepped up in every single game, I would say, and really had a good performance consistently. And here he keeps on doing it, keeps on smurfing.
And Wukong tries to look to shut him down. They try to shut down the Malphite.
Yeah, it's not the position you want to be in.
Yeah. Wonder. Okay, he's building. Could be Sunfire first item. Or maybe just Bami Cinder into Mythic.
Maybe so. I trust your knowledge more on the items there than mine. But either way, it's getting stronger.
Yes, indeed. AVW just chilling in his mid lane, down about 20 CS, building towards the Rod of Ages in this mid lane. Obviously.
Yeah, it's gonna struggle for quite a while, but it's gonna be more useful probably in the fights that will arise later on. So it's more as damage control at this point.
Exactly.
I guess we can say that the Zoe pick has done its job. It has the mid brow, it has denied the silence roams, and that's essentially what you wanted. Because if you had a mid brow on Darkside here, this bot lane would have been dead even more times than now. So
Yeah.
he definitely did
Still
it.
no flash
it
from
was-
Seraphine, she's gonna get hit by the Monkey ultimate. Can Darkside look for a divers? Vesselit tanking tower, he gets executed.
Well, it was pretty decent execution up until that point, I would say. Just a bit unlucky, but I could have been really good. That would have been a good punish.
It was well executed until Swissel got executed.
Until it wasn't. But yeah, it was a really good idea and a good setup, and yeah, sucks that it didn't work out, but it was still very close, I would say. Much closer than maybe looked.
Oh, and this is actually really interesting. Vissel goes for the super early Oblivion Orb, and wow, it actually has reduced 140 already. Wait, what?
That is
Yes.
actually a pretty high number considering how early it is in the game.
Yeah, usually going early Oblivion into almost everything is really bad. But I mean, 140 already doesn't seem bad at all.
Yeah, that is a pretty high value. I mean, usually when you see someone build it early, you see LS target them on Twitter
Yeah.
after the game. But now it actually seems decent. Of course, there's a lot of healing in bot lane specifically, so it does a lot of work. But yeah, we'll see. Of course, getting the one shot is super important. This does not look fun for Gnar.
No, it's not.
I know what I'm gonna pick into Gnar if I ever play top again.
Yeah. I mean, whenever I play against Gnar top lane, it doesn't really happen that often anymore, but I usually just pick Malphite. Fun one. Now Wukong looking for a gank in bot lane perhaps. Looks like Darkside have quite good knowledge of it though.
Yeah, they're just having a field lane, taking it easy. They're still in control as they should be. Of course, I think that it will change a little bit when we see now the ults on Seraphine and Senna, but also especially the Wukong getting closer to the Divine Sunderer. That's gonna be a huge power spike that I actually expecting to win the 3-3 on bot side after that, but not before.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this top lane. I feel like Morty is sensing a lethal, but so is Wukong in bot lane. Swizzle getting Cyclone, but he actually finds Wukong on the tower. And they find Ace in the hole with the kill for Darkside. Now Morty going for the all-in that I was anticipating in top lane. Gnar will survive for now.
Yeah, that's a good punish from the Darkside bot lane, and Swizzle outplaying it really well.
But now in bot lane as well, the E forward from Björnen. Morty, I think he's going for a dive top lane. There is a flash for the Gnar. Oh, and he goes down!
Man,
Thunderclap. Here comes the Malka Nature's Grasp hits onto the bot lane of Vesselit, but Darkside decided not to pull the trigger.
Zone ult, it's fine. That's a lot of action in a shorter period of time.
Yeah, and there will be even more because Rift Herald is about to be placed mid lane as well.
Oh, it is, yeah, that will probably be the first tower. If they can
Yeah.
push it. I mean, bot they could rotate, maybe they can defend it, but they need to move 8.
Wait, he didn't place it? Or did he? I think it... Okay,
did now.
It was like so close to timing out.
And the Seraphine uses ult, but it doesn't really amount to anything. I mean, I guess it stalls her tempo out.
Oh, but she's dead. Oh my, they just one-shot her.
Pop. Well, yeah. That's playing as Lux Caitlyn.
Yeah, I mean, Björn even had Gale Force for even more burst if he needed it, but she just got popped.
Yeah, I mean, now Darkside is in an absolute beautiful spot. I mean, they had some mishappenings in the game, but essentially they managed to get a goal out of this whole composition where they have the bot side control, got the dragon, and well, Casnoble now with the Caitlyn. Close.
Yeah. Not sure he wanted to land as well, though Wukong was in the surrounding area.
He's happily oblivious to that one, I think.
Yeah.
But the Wukong now does have the Divine Sunder, and he is really, really strong.
Yeah. Tampa still wants to fight him, though. They're same level, the junglers, I think. Oh, and Zoe flash, but he can't flash away from the ace in the hole. And
oh, and that's a beautiful pick.
4-0, getting plated mid lane here as well before they fall.
Yeah, I mean the Caitlyn is getting as fed as she needs to be. So Björn is gonna probably have a really nice game as long as he doesn't get one shot. And of course that is possible against the Seraphine, Senna, Wukong comp, but it's gonna be a lot about protecting Caitlyn in this game.
Yeah, KVW still, I think he might have enough for yeah, he does have enough gold for first item now when he resets. Finally.
Yeah, he's been suffering for a long time, but in a quiet fashion I would say. He's done a really good job in just surviving, taking it easy, and now is starting to get some reward for that, so he's gonna have a much easier time.
Björn sidestepping forward, dodging out on the Sun W and the Surfing E.
That's happy feet.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see some confidence in the Darkside players and daring to do the outplays.
And now walks into some fair, okay, and the ulti comes down from Maokai, and the Toby is almost one shot survives for now though. Camper flashes forward, is still try to look for even more. His Surfing ultimate comes down, but here comes KVW with the Surfing ultimate of his own, and that will be the kill for KVW. First one on the board for him.
But that's only one kill though, somehow, for Darkside, even by using the TP, so...
Yeah, unless Morty goes for the flash ult here. He goes for it,
oh!
Ult, he still gets the kill though. And I don't think Senna can kill him. He's 5 levels up. He is so much armor. Wukong engaging mid lane. He's alone, but Björnen is very low. But he will survive. Ronaldo gets the headshot on the Wukong, and Wukong will fall.
That's huge. That's so huge for Darkside. If we get a shutdown there, Wukong will be so strong. That's a really big kill to deny. And yeah, Morty getting away again with murder, I would say.
Yeah.
Just diving like a madman. It's beautiful.
Morty going for the flash ultimate under tower. I respect it.
He kind of got outplayed, but then killed him anyway.
Yeah.
So it was fine, but it just looked hilarious. Yeah, it was amazing. But he is in such a good spot now. And it's a 5k goal lead. Darkside just enjoying himself.
Yeah, 5k goal lead, up 8 kills rather, and they also have 2 dragons to their name.
Man, can you imagine that you're playing against the frontline that has the Malphite ult, Maokai ult, and Gnar ult?
Yeah.
And then
And this
Lux ult on
Gnar
top of that
is
as well.
very, very dead. Ultimate, he doesn't hit the wall, but they still will just one-shotting something, being the one picking that one up.
Oh, that's gonna be brutal to team fight against.
Yeah, I mean, especially when they're ahead, Riftel getting placed top lane, they will probably just kill that tower. There's no real answer from Vesselit right now.
Yeah, I mean, Darkside is just running away with the game. I think they got way too ahead of all those fights that happen on both sides. And well,
Yeah, I mean,
Morty
they're gonna
just
get
being
this
Morty on top.
charge on Inib tower. Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's some good damage.
It's a lot of damage. And
I
Vesselit
mean, they're so ahead.
yeah, I think Vesselit was trying to look for the outer tower mid, but they did not get that.
It's been low for quite a while. It feels like it's so hard for him to even get out of the game. I mean, Nora isn't winning the side, the bot lane is not having any prio, so it was really the only playing point, I would say, or still is, but she's not that good in the side lane either, so it's gonna be very hard for them to get something to play for, really.
Yeah.
They need a good pick somehow, or just a good catch, and they can do that, of course, but it's hard.
I'll just checking the Senna stacks real quick. She's currently at 53, which I think is not that much.
It's not, I'm not exactly entirely sure on how many it should be, but it's not that much that it makes a big difference, I think. I guess, yeah, when she gets to 100, that's when we can start talking, but it's quite a while away.
Yeah, I mean, she's working towards it. I suppose, considering they played into Caitlyn Lux, it's not horrible. The amount of
No,
stack.
I wouldn't say it's bad. Yeah, not sure what the standard is, but probably it's a bit more than that.
Yeah. Morty going to be in some trouble here. He's in a 1v4. He flashes away though. Wukong still dashes forward, doesn't deal that much damage, and the seismic shard coming down, giving him some movement speed. I think Morty will die here, and Senna gets that one.
Indeed, he does die. And yeah, good pick from Vesselit. They know they can't really contest the dragon or the bot side control.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
it's something.
Darkside probably gonna get the mid lane inner tower here, but that was still really worth for Vesselit. They have to try to look for picks like that, and they found it. And actually, I just saw Morty is going ever froze.
He's out for murder.
Yeah. Oh, and so is Sampe with his nature's grasp, just zoning away from the tower, and Lightside will claim the last inner tower for themselves.
Yeah, I feel like they were a bit late to defend that tower. I get the mid tower was hard to defend, but the bot tower I feel like they actually should have been able to defend on the side of Vesselit, but they were slow in their rotations. So it didn't really pay off with the pick on top that much at the end of the day, but can't
yeah,
do
they
it.
won't get the top lane outer tower either, because Morty is pathing up their ultimate, about to be up. Wukong is resetting.
Slain the dragon.
Wait, but Morty. Oh no. Was Wukong window shopping? I think.
maybe. Or he was just accepting his fate and hoping for the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, he will
Could
not
be as
surviving
well.
that.
He knew that it fucked up.
Yeah.
It's just when you see people tilting and stand still, like knowing that, yeah, I'm dying here. Kind of like that.
So-
But that's a shame. It was honestly a really good play from Vesselit there, and they deserved a lot better of a result. But they just kind of got a bit in between all the decisions after that point, and it got really messy. And they just didn't do anything. with it, so turned out really bad, and Darkside just gets 2 towers, and a kill back and dragon for his 1 kill.
Yeah. Oh, and this Senna was... I was gonna say he's in trouble, but the Twisted Advance doesn't come down.
It's so hard now to play as Vesselit. It's so
Yeah.
hard to contest, and the jungle, if Darkside just decides to own it.
The permanent saplings inside their jungle would be really annoying to deal with. And Stampe gets caught out actually. This might be a pick from Vesselit. They find him. Polar will fall, but it's a 1-for-1. Here comes the Malphite ultimate in on towards the Zoe, and flash forward from Morty as well. It's a double kill. What more can the Malphite get? 7.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you contest the jungle. I mean, that wasn't even that well defended by Darkside, I would say, but they're so far ahead and just owns everything.
Yeah,
and Mortis is Morty.
They actually start up the Baron. I mean, I suppose both junglers are dead, but Darkside they have to look for a turn here. They don't look to secure the Baron.
They'd probably look for a turn, I would expect. Oh, it misses the binding.
Baron.
Just very bad to flip. I mean, the
3k. There's no way they go for Baron, right? It's 1.5k. I mean, no, double kill. Now they might go for the Baron actually. Flashing from. Oh, if Nara gets that. Imagine if Nara gets that.
I was not that far away, to be honest. That
Yeah.
could have been really good, but great pick from Darkside there. I guess they over-enforced a little bit on the Baron side of it, but still a pretty good play. Mastery baiters.
Healing gets reset when, or like healing reduced stats gets reset when she picks up the full item. I was gonna look how much she had reduced the healing, but it's a 0 now.
Yeah, it sucks when it's like that. Guess you could go back in time and check, but it feels a bit stupid.
Yeah.
It was probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was, because, I mean, just what it was like, okay, never mind. This Wukong in trouble top lane has the W ready, I think, but it doesn't use it, and Morty is on a rampage. It's really low, but it's just a bait, I suppose, because the Gnar is the one falling in the end, and Darkside will now just open up the base here.
It's probably gonna be a double inhibitor for Darkside with mid and top.
Yeah, and might even be game because Samp is going for it. They find the Mega Gnar into the tiny wall, and oh my god, Björn just one-shot the Senna. Now Zoe only one standing. KVW can finally fight this Zoe, and she will fall. This will be game 1 going to Darkside after a, well, almost flawlessly played game.
Yeah, it was some unfortunate events, of course, but it happens sometimes. That's life. That's League of Legends. But across the board, that was a really good play, good game, and they just ran away with the game when they had the strong lead on bot. And could just play kind of textbook with a few mishappenings here and there. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Obviously, there will be some hiccups. Those happen even to the best of us. But yeah, pretty damn clean game from Darkside.
Yeah, I mean, they should be proud of that. I think the way they should have played essentially turned out as they wanted to. Of course, they know that they did some poor plays. Again, Vesselit didn't do too much wrong, I would say. They probably failed to stabilize a bit when they lost all those leads across the whole board. I think that was the main issue, and beyond that point, it's so hard to salvage when you have no playing point, really.
Yeah, fair. I just saw that Morty was just 300 damage away from having most in the game. It was an absolute unit on this Malphite. Well, we're gonna go into a short break, but don't go too far, ladies and gents, because we are gonna be back with game 2 in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're already into draft for game number 2, Vesselit. Just want to get back into it. And yeah, here we are.
Yeah, let's see if the draft changes up a bit as well. The same band so far from Vesselit, but the Caitlyn band from Darkside.
Yeah, they feel like Vesselit might put some priority on that one, just like Darkside did, and they don't want to play against it.
Yeah, it is a strong pick, so it does make sense, but we'll see what the other priority will be. It's always different in different teams what you prioritize, which is always can end up in some spicy scenarios.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the Vesselit choose to go for B1 for light side and the Division 2 games. It's been mostly jungle picks for both teams on the very first rotations. That's what I can say.
Should be the same. Yeah. There you go. The pig.
Is it maybe going to be Sejuani versus Maokai? Yes.
Who could have expected this one? I could have never seen it coming.
Yeah, I didn't cast this one for 3 games yesterday.
Yeah, that's your brain is just going back, getting PTSD. It's beautiful.
It is. That
Oh,
game
pretty standard
3
though, but
Darkside played was something.
indeed. I am excited though, because right now, if you can see in the draft, the Aurelion Soul is open.
Oh,
And
true.
it's a pretty strong pick. Of course, maybe it's not like an absolute free win, otherwise it would have been picked by now, but it is a strong pick, so I'm excited to see if someone actually picks it up.
Yeah, it's open. So is the Annie, which is also quite strong.
Yeah, she's strong still. I know she got a bit of a nerve, and I haven't seen the same priority for her. Iron Solid usually is higher priority, at least it's banned like crazy, but Annie has a lot of potential. It's good against Nautilus as well, still, so it will be exciting to see if they pick it up.
I'm very surprised to see Nautilus being picked this early, blind, with no AD carry to pair him up with.
I mean, this is a shadow.
Yeah, I suppose.
It is not the worst matchup, but of course Rakan isn't having that bad of a matchup either against the Nautilus. It is playable depending on the ADC that you pick, but Nautilus could also just play the roaming game if he wants.
I mean, I guess Nautilus doesn't have to be support, but he really should be.
It depends on who you play. If I play Nautilus, I might as well go top lane.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Nautilus top lane was a thing back in the day. And even Nautilus jungle was a thing way back.
Oh, the Seri. That's also an interesting pick. I haven't seen that much of that one recently. I would have thought it would go Astral or maybe even the Draven if you really want to stomp the lane, but Seri is just gonna make it a bit more chill in the lane. Just probably a handshake, I would assume, for bot.
Yeah, so Suri, as far as I know, not the strongest champion in the early game. Kinda wants to get to this 1, 2, even 3 item spike, and then she can start doing things. Still has a reasonable amount of damage when she gets the ultimate. Oh, and we do see the Aurelion ban probably.
Yeah, should come out, so no Aurelion Soul this time around. It'll be interesting to see what they pick. I guess they could just play to counter pick the top and have a relatively good blind pick mid. I mean, that's probably the play. I expect that the Vesselit will have the priority bot if they play it as they should, at least early levels, and that's a good playing point for them. So it would make sense that maybe the Darkside wants to find a strong top lane instead.
I feel like Cassiopeia could be such a good pick for Darkside here, because Vesselit should want to pick melee solo lanes as they have Sejuani. And,
That's fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
And
But-
Xayah and Rakan are pretty low ranged as well.
Yeah, but might be something else though. Also, Cassiopeia would be like a great pick, assuming that Vesselit might want to look for the Sylas, because then they can't. But yeah, it's gonna be the Syndra, really solid mid laner.
It's a good blind pick. I think if you could have saved the mid for R5 here, then of course the Cassiopeia could have been a real high prio. But I think since you really want to compensate for the bot prio here, then you might want something on the top side. But then yeah, I guess they just picked the Renekton on the side of Vesselit, as you said. So
There it is indeed. And I mean, what are they gonna pick into Renekton? The champion just feels so disgusting. Oh my god.
that could be beautiful. God damn it, more. They picked Ares or something.
Yeah,
Be a
Darius
shad.
would be fun. No, don't look Orn.
Oh, let's go. Come on. Nah, man.
It's okay. I'll take
It's
it.
pretty shad still. It's
Yeah,
pretty
I'll
shad.
take it. The score
take
right
those.
now is 1-0 for Darkside, who won game 1 in pretty convincing fashion.
Yeah, I'm proud of the homies. But yeah, I think Olaf probably is a good pick as well. I feel like it's very hard for Darkside to really play the early lanes. Given the draft here, it's a lot of strong early power on the side of Vesselit, but Darkside should scale up really well in this game, and Sari and Syndra are gonna be able to kite pretty hard.
Yeah, and the Olaf will just run everyone down. I hope that I have no clue how top lane matchup goes, but I really want Olaf to just beat Renekton because I really despise that champion.
I'm not really sure how that matchup is supposed to go. I haven't seen that enough. It wasn't really that big of a thing when I played the most before the Olaf small rework or whatever you want to call it, but I expect the Renekton is gonna have a lot of say in the matter, unfortunately. But I think even if it's an even match, I think Vesselit has a lot of ways to play the game. I think especially if they can get a lot of ganks onto the Syndra for the bot prio and Sejuani camping mid, that's gonna be so hard for KVW to deal with. I think it's gonna be almost impossible if they play it like that.
Yeah, so what Vesselit should look for, like you're saying, ganks mid lane, also with the Rakan, because if they can force out the flash from KVW, then they will look for the Syndra over and over and over again in this mid lane.
Yeah, I think Syndra can be a really wonderful pick, but she also usually tends to have this kind of issues where if you play a game and the enemy team can move onto you, then she ends up being very hard to play. She ends up having a very bad time if you can go onto her from 2 or even 3 different angles.
Yeah, so talking a bit more about this top lane matchup, I feel like maybe Renekton could go for PTA in this one and the Flash Ignite, and then I think he could actually have kill pressure early versus the Olaf. But the longer the game goes, regardless of the build that Renekton will go for, I feel like Olaf should just win in the later stages of the game.
Yeah, I expect him to outscale and have that priority inside, and that's gonna be really huge when he gets to that point. And of course, if you're Renekton, you want to win the early game, so I think the Ignite is definitely a decent choice to really try to ensure that, because you need to snowball on the side of Vesselit, I think, if you really want to win this game, because I think you get outscaled decently hard.
Yeah, and did you say that you expect Sejuani to path bot early?
I didn't say anything. I'm not honestly, I'm not sure how they would want to play this. That's a good question. I think you can play towards bot because you have the prio there, but also you have a lot of fighting power if you go topside with the Renekton, and I think you win the 2v2 pretty hard.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think you win all fights on any place on the map, to be honest. But yeah, I would path top because Saya Rakan is also a pretty safe lane, so it's not that susceptible to ganks.
Yeah, because I was thinking that I mean, Sejuani probably wants to path into some of these melee champions so that they can stack up that stun early and just pretty much pop someone. Sejuani with surprisingly high damage for being a tank, and yeah, Renekton with the Empower W, just crazy damage.
They can probably one-shot someone pretty easily.
I think so as well.
And it's a super strong fighting power. I know Rakan is considered a melee champion now, so it does help rock the Sejuani passive, but still, I mean, it's a bit less strong than the Renekton melee power anyway.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that Renekton Empower W should stack multiple times since it's multiple autos.
Yeah, it probably does. You probably have a really fun way of stacking the Sejuani stun.
And obviously,
Maybe that's what we'll see.
Stylus with the passive also gets a lot of attack speed to proc the stun as well.
I think you should try and get top lane going a bit extra hard and make sure that Renton is really strong on his own. Even when though if it's level 6, I think that's a good way to play it. And then try and shift focus on the map.
Yeah, I agree. So for mid lane, obviously KVW will be looking to scale, get those 120 splinters. And we'll see if Vesselit can try to look to shut him down as well. But as you said, we should see some early priority on the top side of the map. And the Syrakan should be able to survive by themselves. However, maybe Darkside can just free scale in this bot lane with the Seri.
Yeah, I think, of course, if you don't punish it that hard enough, then it could just be a handshake bot. And I think Darkside is more than happy to just handshake it if they can. No matter where Sejuani paths, then she risks having that handshake happen, which is one sad thing, of course, for her. But that's kind of the reality you have to face. You can't be everywhere all the time. That's just how it is. But yeah, Syrakan maybe if they're really good can push and get an advantage 2v2, but I think it's difficult.
And we'll see if Darkside are aware how strong the Syrakan is level 1 if they try to fight them level 1. We saw yesterday where the Syrakan ended up fighting Ezreal Karma level 1, and lo and behold, the strongest bot lane in the game, Syrakan, won that one. We'll see if Darkside try to challenge the Syrakan for the early lane priority or not.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt it. It depends, of course, if the Syrakan does end up leashing for the Sejuani. They could try and cheat something up from that lane. So that could be one angle to do with, but yeah, it's also hard to count on. I mean, we'll see where they start. We'll see how Darkside adapts, but it should be hard to contest the prio of Syrakan.
Yeah, and I feel like Sejuani can also really easily start solo. We'll see if she does so.
Yeah, I would try to do that if I could. Also, just mask where you're going, because that helps the sides play pretty well. So I think even if you can do it, because you can play it to any lane here, Sejuani, it would be pretty awesome to have Darkside not know where you start.
Oh. Jungle boom. Oh,
Unfortunate.
Well, yeah, we start game 2 with a bit of a pause, but it looks like it's gonna get resumed quite soon.
I'd already said R. Let's hope they resume the game.
Here we
All
are.
right.
We'll now get the classic post-pause freeze in about 3, 2, 1. Ah, I mistimed it.
Maybe they fixed it. Forehead.
Maybe?
Nah, it's
Well,
probably gonna come.
We are into game number 2. It is Lundqvist Darkside up against Vesselit. Darkside currently up 1-0.
30 seconds until
We did
minions
get
spawn.
the post-pause freeze there actually.
It's inevitable. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how Vesselit bounces back this game. I mean, now they have a lot more tools to play with. So now it's more in their hands to make the early game plans. So, I mean, kind of reversed from the first game. Time to show how good you are at League of Legends.
Minions have spawned.
Indeed. And something a bit different from yesterday when there was 3 games of Maoka versus Sejuani. Emp ran first strike in every single one of those games. And we can see that Stampe has elected to go for the Aftershock.
Alright, it's pretty interesting. I guess first strike is nice when you just have the E-spam all the time.
Yeah.
Which of course gives a lot. Then again, Aftershock also makes it very nice and tanky. Either way, yeah, it's a cool difference to see from the 2 games.
Interestingly, Syrakan actually leashed. Meanwhile, Stampe on the Maoka is starting alone. I feel like Sejuani could have done the same, but yeah, the Syrakan leashing.
Yeah, this actually gives them some playability on bot, which is pretty nice. I mean, they're still gonna get the control at some point, but it's nice to delay that for like 3 waves or so. Essentially, when they get the bounce. If they played well, they could even maybe get the sheet recall. That could be huge.
Yeah, and look, the Cyber Color is giving lane priority. Darkside get the early level 2. This is not how they should play, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's the awkward part.
Silas looking for an all-in mid lane, misses on the abduct though. And VOD gets a pretty decent trade back.
I feel like they actually crashed the wave too earlier as well. I feel like now it's playable again for Cyrocon, but I think you could have even crashed it much later and you could have gone to Sheeter recall and Nautilus could have moved on the map. Sarah could have based. Could have been really huge, but yeah, still decent. I think Darks is still pretty happy with the outcome.
Indeed. Now gank in the top lane from Sejuani, but Maukas here as well. Stun comes down onto Morty, but they flash out from the Renekton after the Twisted Advance comes in from Stampe. Morty still quite low, but he is sticking around. You really want to get this wave in top lane.
Yeah, it's so huge if they can get in and avoid the freeze. Looks like they do it.
Ooh, engage from the Rakan in the minion wave though. I feel like Darkside will win this trade. Pretty even Saya stepping forward with the stack little tempo.
She popped Ghost as well, so really wanted to make the most of that, but they could sort of disengage decently. But health advantage now for Vesselit.
I didn't even realize that Saya was running Ghost, that's interesting. I suppose you don't really need heal on Saya.
No, I guess you can kite pretty well here, especially when you play against the Olaf. It's nice to have the Ghost, you can just outrun him a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do get the back on Bjorn there as well, so Sion should be able to get a better base.
Meanwhile, Moxox in chat, you for sure need heal this game.
Gotta go fast.
Oh, maybe will live. Nice trade actually. Polar looking for a gank in bot lane. Looks like Darkside should be fine though. Flash is available for Swister, but it just hooks the tower. And a nice trade back from Darkside. The Blade Caller gets thrown down. But Darkside completely fine in that one. Doesn't even have to use a single summoner.
Yeah, it's a little bit awkward for Cecil that needs the base here, so he needs to wait for them to crash, but he should get it sooner or later. Good attention from the Sejuani to help them shove that one out, and so Sai should have a really good base. But now they should have an even stronger bot.
Might be looking for a gank mid lane here, but the Silas is very aware. And actually it just looks like AVW maybe wants to reset.
He's just being a bro. He's being on the duty to help the laners this game. Just help them shove out.
But actually they don't reset with the Syndra. Syndra has TP, so they instead go for the Drake. Syndra will reset after probably.
It looks like she's going for another wave. Trying to get a bit of extra gold in. That's the greediness.
It doesn't have quite enough for Lost Chapter, that's why. Morty trading quite aggressively on towards the Renekton, who is gonna re-engage though, gets the empowered Q with some healing back. Morty a bit low, has life steal built into the passive though, but Polar is top lane, flash available for the Sejuani. Olaf is level 6 though, and he might look for a turn here. Doesn't he deal so much damage onto the Sejuani, but it doesn't kill her, and his first blood comes down. Big Pumba gets that one.
Really close there. And they're gonna get the freeze on top as well, which is huge. So now you're finally gonna get the top lane lead that you really want this game. So Morty's gonna have a nice time, I think. Or not nice time rather, I mean. And Big Pumba is gonna have it much better. But Darkside does get the dragon, which is huge. They used the base from the Tyrakan in a good way to get the dragon. But then also Susel missed out on his own base there, so the Rakan has a really good tempo on him now to get vision control. Due to that.
Yeah. KV has now reset. Was able to pick up the Lost Chapter for himself, TPing back to lane. And the Syndra has been completely fine in this mid lane. Taken some damage of course in the trading up against the Silas, but Flash is still up and available. Never been forced to use it.
Yeah, I expect it's gonna be a bit tougher now. Actually, she has KVW has done a good job surviving here, but you see now that division control is getting into the favor of Vesselit more, thanks to Rakan having that prio to move more for division. So I expect now that it's gonna be a bit more difficult. At least if the Rakan also finds some good moves to go up in mid and gank, but it needs to move in that case.
Hook should come down from Swizzle here. There's a huge wave, but no. Silas once again trading onto the Syndra. Here comes the trade back with first strike just coming up.
I'm a little surprised that they can't really get a better prio from the bot side here, and Suzelius gets to move on the map and reclaim some vision control, and I
think the Maokai ultimate was about to time out, so Silas just use it.
yeah, makes sense.
And the Sejuani ultimate whips. So does the Rakan W. And Björn just runs out.
This chilling has everything left. A good field day. But I do find it a bit strange they didn't get the priority bot here as they should.
Oh, was that the bait from KVW onto the Silas? Ignite comes down, unleash power used as well. Swizzle gets it with the Ignite though, a bit unfortunate.
I think that's really well moved on the map from Siswell, really using his own windows to move. And punching.
The Nectar with the all-in dominance has been used. Olaf now using Ragnarok as well, and he did so much damage, and I think Renekton will follow too. Yeah, he will. Morky with a solo kill. However, Polar is here. No ultimate for the Sejuani.
Can't he?
And Thump is here as well. They will be able to push this one in. I was gonna say, I think that KVW completely baited the Silas by using his W on the minion, WQ combo on the minions, and then Silas went in instantly, and there was an Atlas around the corner.
It's possible. I guess it's just. I mean, this is big brain. He knows what's up. So that was very well played. And Darkside now are in a really good spot. I mean, they will outscale really hard, I think. So yeah, I think they're gonna have a field day. They should have had a bigger deficit. I mean, they're even in the lead now. Vesselit really need to have the lead to get going, but now the top lane is behind again, and the whole idea that you played for is starting to fall apart.
Indeed. I'm not quite sure what Morph is building right now, but he's cooking something.
I know something we don't.
Yeah.
Say it like that. I guess it's rushing the Ravenous Hydra. I think the Caulfield Warhammer builds into that as well.
Maybe it does.
I could Google that, but where's the fun in that?
Yeah,
Sometimes it's more fun just to bait.
Isn't it Tiamat, Pickaxe and Lifesteal? That's what I feel like the recipe is.
I mean, I guess we're gonna find out.
Yeah. Polar looking for a gank on the KVW. Ultimate is available. How quick are KVW's reaction times? I mean, I guess he just sidesteps it. I feel like that kind of hits. But when the hook comes in from Swizzle and the Sejuani almost goes down. Here comes the ultimate from the Maokai as well. Engage onto the Rakan. No, because Pumbaa is here.
Yeah, they're really forcing hard on the dragon, but we do have the TP up on Olaf, so Olaf just crashed his way and they can still top the contest.
Will TP.
This is gonna be a big fight.
The Silas is quite low, looking to maybe go for KVW, but he goes for the ultimate onto him, but he's so low, and here comes Morty trying to find the Silas, who goes straight into Björn, and he takes him down. Something now 1v3. Goes down to Pumbaa. Eventually, Johnny goes down to Björn, and Björn is gonna go huge in this one. Gets a triple kill, maybe even looking for more here. Could be the quadra for Björn, and it is.
The flanking ADC coming right at it. He had a fucking blast coming flank there. It was beautiful.
Yeah, this server is gonna be so strong.
What soul is it? Ah, it's Cloud.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake. It's always the bad souls.
So here's the thing. Cloud Soul is actually really good for Darkside.
It is, but it's more fun memeing.
Yeah. Okay, VW gonna be in some trouble here and goes down actually.
It's so
Nice
huge to get
pickup.
something back at least, so maybe the Silas can have some more say in the matter on the side. Be escalated a little bit in that. Or accelerated rather and decide a bit more. So it's a huge kill actually coming back for Vesselit. That might be one of the ways to still play the game.
Indeed. Now looking at the Terry is coming back to lane now, has picked up the full immortal shield bow plus the Zerks. I think Darkside should just perma engage here in this bot lane now, because Saya does not have her mythic item completed yet.
Yeah, I mean they're much stronger this area.
Engage mid lane, flash is not available for KW, who's gonna get taken down surely. Gets hit by the Maoka ultimate, but actually it's going to be a favorable trade. I wonder if Sampo was even needed there, because both kills go to KVW, and Darkside have found the all-in, no ultimate for the Seri, but they still go for it, and Saya just gets taken down. This Seri has become too big of a problem to deal with for the bot lane of Vesselit.
Yeah, I mean it's just item lead here. They're really strong, and Darkside bot lane is playing really damn good. Really finding their windows to abuse the Vesselit bot lane. Of course, it feels bad when you really should have had the Prio this game and you path away from the bot lane, and you don't get the lead that you want on top either. So you're just in this awkward spot as Vesselit are in. And yeah, Darkside are just back into the driver's seat now and can probably try to run away with the game again.
Yeah, the full tower bot lane, pre-14 minutes.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
And they could look to engage here. Seri has ultimate. Sejani is bot side though. But, okay, Rakan going for the ultimate actually, and Björnen just dashes over the wall.
Very tilting spell to play against when he just pieces out, goes full Talon mode.
Yeah, and also another champion that can do that now is Aurelion Sol. His E, he can fly over walls, and back in the day when he tried to do that, you could stop him by like attacking, but now you can't. That champion is very annoying. And now the engage once again onto the Syndra. Flashless going to go down yet again. The third death on KVW in about 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, this kind of symbolizes what this game should have been even more, I guess, where Vesselit should have been able to find way more picks onto the Syndra, especially with the Rakan moving up to mid. But it starts happening now, but I think it's a bit too late.
I think Sejani might be dead. There's no ultimate available, and dominating is Björnen.
Björnen is just gonna carry this game so hard now.
Yeah, I mean, Seri will take mid lane tower and probably have enough for IG not far from now. 800 gold right now, gets even more here.
Yeah, and it's the Herald as well, and they're just getting full map control, and they could just... Yeah, they're gonna run away with the game again here.
Oh, they're using Herald immediately to just, I mean, accelerate super quickly. Darkside, when they find a lead like that, they're doing a really good job at accelerating the game.
Yeah, when it's in their hands, and they usually have a tendency to put it in their hands, they can really push, which is really good.
Maybe.
Of course, it's harder against some hard teams, but to get the leads that you need.
Yeah.
But when they have it, they tend to play really well.
I think maybe the Rift Herald usage was not necessary there. I think they could have picked up the outer tower without using it and then saved it for, I mean, sieging mid lane perhaps.
They probably could have. I feel like they could have gone either way. Maybe they wanted to get a good tempo base for the dragon, but I feel like they would have gotten that anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say, they could have based and then placed the top lane and then ran towards Drake.
Yeah.
Oh.
All good. We're fine.
Yeah. No worries. Now, someone who should be worried is Sampe, because there are 3 people of Vesselit here, but actually Sampe is completely fine. Saya using the Featherstorm very interestingly. KW could be some double flash, out flash in from the Saya, but she almost gets taken down by Grom. And Sampe is still alive. And here comes the re-engage, the hook comes in from Svisel. Morty now gonna run straight into the team of Vesselit using the ultimate. Sejani is going down, who else is going down? Björn Godlike keys can look for so much in this one. He was the penta angle, but actually
Oh my god.
doesn't find it. It's almost the ace. Only Saya is alive for Vesselit, and she has about 150 HP. Third Drake gonna get picked up by Darkside.
Yeah, it's a 4 for 0 there as well. And honestly, I think that was a pretty good play by Vesselit again. I think they found a really good way to punish Darkside, but they're just so far behind.
Yeah.
And I think they were a bit unsynced as well. I think they probably could have really pushed the limits there and tried to get that catch in the Syndra. But it was a good play, good effort, but too far behind.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Close, but no cigar, one might say.
Exactly, but I am impressed that they do get some. They don't always have the best execution, but I feel like they have some really good ideas here in the mid game where they know when to find these counter plays. Some way, but,
They find Björnen. He has dash, but cleanse forced out. Will now get the blast cone. EP coming in as well. They really want to look for him. And oh my, that's so broken. And now Morty in 4 people. I think he might die for the sins of Björnen. And he does indeed.
This is where Morty will write X9 Björn in all chat.
Yeah.
Because he fucking debated him so hard.
Yeah.
I guess it's better that he died than the Sarah, of course, but yeah, looks a bit fun.
Yeah, so in that situation, Björnen could have probably called "I'm fine," and Olaf does not have to die there. But yep, bit of miscommunication perhaps.
Yeah, shouldn't change the game, the way of the game that much compared to maybe the Sarah dying, but yeah, getting some control back in the game is nice for Vesselit. Maybe they can get some mission down, maybe find a catch.
Yeah,
Could make some difference.
I'd say it was still a shutdown, and it was a Saya picking that one up. That was a 500 gold shutdown, so it was quite a lot of gold for her.
Well, if you can get to 2 items, then she might be decently strong. Still feel like it's pretty far away. I mean, Sarah probably will have 3 items before the Saya has 2. But it does add something, of course, and if they can get some control back, it's huge.
I was thinking about Saya's build. She's going Kraken Slayer into what looks like Navori. And I was wondering if Gale's Force is just not very nice to reposition with the feathers, but maybe Kraken is the angle here when you're playing into the Olaf Maokai Nautilus.
Yeah, I guess he has to go, so I guess he trusts himself to just speed, zoom out fast enough to kite that one and have the ult, but yeah, it's a situation, but I know the Crack is very nice with dealing the damage. And they very much need the damage.
Renekton could be in some trouble here. Flash is available if he needs to use it, but there is a blast cone. He should be completely fine in this one. Just take some axes to the face.
As asserting dominance from Morty, no big deal.
Yeah.
Showing that he owns the side lane. In case Big Pumba would have forgotten.
Interestingly, Renekton went for PTA in this lane. And PTA is something you can go to try to look for early kill pressure, as the Rakan barely dodges out of the Dredge Slime from Nautilus. But then he goes for Gore Drinker. When he goes PTA, I thought he would go for the one-shot build, the Blade King into Prowler's Claw. Because when you build, when you go Gore Drinker, I feel like there's so much more value in Conqueror on Renekton.
Yeah, probably so. Maybe he decided that it's an in-game deviation that he decided to opt into, since it didn't end up snowballing as he should have.
Yeah.
Honestly, not really sure what the thinking process is, but I can see that happening where you realize that, well, okay, maybe I should just, I'm too far behind, maybe let's go Gore Drinker instead of the Blade of Drinking and Prowler's Claw, but so maybe he just wants to try and tank a bit more for his team.
Yeah, they do have a decent front line with this Renekton, Sejuani and the Sylas, which is building Rod, becoming quite tanky as well.
Yeah, honestly,
Oh,
yeah.
wait. This is a sneaky Baron startup by Vesselit, but Vesselit is here. However, Samp is on enemy Raptors. Baron down to
coming in.
6k. I mean, they might just look to try to finish this one.
Honestly, just flip it.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing they can do. Darkside are here though contesting. Baron going out to 2k. Samp might be here in time, but they get the Baron. Now can they get out with any members here? They find the kill onto KVW actually. Double kill for Morty though, triple kill even. Could he look for even more? He for sure is running for it with the Ghost. The Silas is running. Can
Could
he
be the
get...
Penta? Nah, it's
Could
too
be...
late.
think it might be the quad. Oh, it misses it. I see. Well, it's the unofficial quadra kill for Morty.
Yeah, it's gonna be Soul as well.
It is gonna be Soul, and it's gonna be the inhibitor tower. I mean,
I respect it though. I
Yeah,
really
oh,
respect
for
it. I
sure,
mean,
for
you're in
sure.
such a shit state. I think you get outscaled decently hard, and you manage to get the Baron. Of course, it's a flip, but maybe it's the best flip you can hope for. Of course, they still lose really hard, but at least not, die out slowly. At least try something out.
yeah, I mean, they obviously lost 4 members, but they did get the Baron, which still gives a lot of golden experience. So, I mean, while getting some golden XP for themselves, more importantly, they also denied the Baron from Darkside.
Yeah, and of course, maybe that will help to stall out the game in some sense, and maybe they can survive for an Elder Steal. I guess that's the way to try and end this game, or get back into the game now. Just hope for the Elder Dragon and win a fight based on that. But of course, it's hard. It's hard to get to that point, and Darkside should probably have 3 inhibitors down or 2 inhibitors down before the Elder spawns. But having the Baron gone will help delay that.
Yeah, for sure. Now, Morty's probably is gonna run Renekton down.
Man on a mission.
Yeah, the Axe lands, second one as well. Ultimate is available, doesn't use it yet though.
Oh.
That Axe lands, he probably goes for it.
Honestly, if ulted, I think Guess could have killed him.
Yeah, potentially. Flush is available for Renekton though. And I think Morty was not really aware where enemy team was, so he was a bit cautious. Oh, an engage maybe onto Vesselit.
Huge stun.
Doesn't really work out, but I mean, they keep looking for things, Vesselit, which I really like. They're not just shutting down and giving the free win to Darkside.
Yeah, I really respect that, because it's really hard to play the game when you're this far behind. Speaking out of experience, it's horrible. But of course, finding something is huge, and pushing yourself is really great. And they have some good ideas. They're getting close to finding some picks, but it is hard when you're far behind. But you have to keep trying, and their spirit is not broken.
I think we're gonna see the Maoki ultimates coming down here. No? Maybe not.
Should come zoning ult very soon at least.
Tajani is buffing up the way with Baron.
They're not really getting much on the side of Darkside.
Yeah, right now the Vesselit are holding on.
I think they know that they don't really need to stress the game. Of course, it's always good to push as hard as you can. But
Here,
here
Maoki
comes the
ultimate
ult.
will come down, but both teams have it, so it's just a trade of ultimates.
That was amazing.
Oh, but together we can land on the 2 people, and Renekton gets almost
Oh,
one
oh.
shot.
Holy shit. Damage.
Morty in trouble, forced to use the ultimate, but now the Rakan will be the one falling. Stampe will take a lot of feathers from the Saya, but oh my god, there's so much damage from the Syndra plus Seri.
Yeah, the Saya dealt a lot of damage there as well, almost popping the popping Joji on Maokai as well, but they will eventually get the tower, which is great. But yeah, I think Darkside knows they can play a bit slow, doesn't need to stress it out, and they look to play for the Baron that spawns soon. Good
Yeah.
defending.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It was a bit too good defending for being down 10,000 gold. I feel like Darkside don't really want the game to come to a point where Elder is up and there could be a potential steal, but if they can use the objective to force a fight, which they should win, then it could be good for Darkside.
Yeah, of course, I think that's the big thing, that it comes down to what you really make of the big objectives. If you should always have control for them, that's always ideal, but then you don't necessarily always need to go through killing them. I think if you can really utilize them to force the fights that you want to force, or well, then just get a free Baron or Elder, then it's much more preferable. But that comes down to having the nerves in check and being calm in the situation, that you know that okay, we can actually just turn, no need to be stressed that we haven't closed out the game. And sometimes teams end up being very stressed in that situation.
Johnny going in there. That's fine, I thought Swizzle might look for something. Renekton has been caught out, probably can just slice and dies over the wall though.
They're trying to get some control back. Of course, still very hard when you're this far behind. But it's good that they keep trying. keep trying to group up. But Darkside are punishing on the sides.
Yeah, Darkside are currently doing a 1-3-1 setup. No one contesting bot lane right now, so the Morty could look to hit away on this tower.
Yeah, I think this is where you start being able to really punish with the stronger sides that you have, especially the Olaf into the Renekton. I guess the Silas is fine into the Syndra, but the team can just overload to that side and you have to respect.
Vesselit have to try to look for something here. They have to try to force out the TP from the Olaf. There are 5 members mid lane.
Yeah.
Morty still splitting bot lane. Morty...
But yeah, it's still way too soon, so he doesn't have to TP at all.
Yeah,
Just
exactly. He's just pushing for the inhibitor tower, and actually Darkside are the one looking for the engage. Rakan is almost killed. Now the ultimate comes down from the Maokai as well, and it looks like Darkside might win the fight, even with Olaf pushing bot lane. Legendary Björn right now flashing in, might be some trouble though. Forced to use the stopwatch, so is the Silas, and Silas will find the kill onto Björn, but it's still a triple kill, and that's the ace, and that is Morty hitting on the Nexus towers.
Yeah, Morty's just, yeah, he knew he was fine. Was like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep pushing. You guys got this. They got Björn though, so I guess it was kind of worth it. All good.
Yeah, and Darkside are gonna end up with the clean 2-0 if they hit the Nexus.
I've seen fun with these.
And there we go. Darkside find it clean 2-0 versus Vesselit.
Yeah, that was a very clean series, and Darkside played it really well. And whenever they got the lead, they just held it on. They could have maybe pushed it a little bit further, but I think the most important is that you keep your nerves. It's fine if it's not pixel perfect, you know. It's fine that you don't get it super nailed. That's okay. I think the most important is that you just keep it going. You keep the momentum up, and that's exactly what Darkside did. So props to them, but also props to Vesselit for finding some crazy initiatives, even though they're that far behind.
True. Yeah, like you said, obviously Darkside with a huge goal lead probably could have closed out the game sooner, but I mean, better safe than sorry, and they got there in the end. Still 28-minute victory, pretty fast. And a clean 2-0.
Yeah. Question is though, who would we interview?
And that is the question.
Maybe the jungler? Joju.
Yeah, no.
This is the proposal from Greed Life, so
Oh, yeah, I mean, sure.
let's check if we can pull him in.
Yeah, steal him away from them.
As we always do.
Yeah.
I will see. I hope he can speak in this channel, I'm not sure.
I mean, we can go into the interview room. I know we can speak there.
Okay, let's go there. Let's go there.
At least I think he can. I sure hope so now.
Okay, I steal him now.
Yes.
Hello?
Oh, he
Hello,
can
Sampe.
speak. Hello,
What's up?
Sampe. Congratulations on this clean victory against Vesselit. How are you feeling after this series?
I'm feeling pretty good. Like, we played it cleaned, we set up every objective, and we didn't lose on a single fight.
True.
Not wrong.
I think Björn is also a really good AD carry.
Fair. Yaki, do you have a question prepared?
Not much, but how is it starting to feel now that you've played a few games in Division 3? Of course, it felt much less nervous today than it's done in maybe previous games. Are you starting to feel that you're getting the nerves in check as a team?
I mean, like, we practiced a whole month, I think, yeah. Somewhere between 2 months before the split, and we got really comfortable playing together. The comms went, just got better and better, and we're chilling. It's also my, yeah, as you said, it's my first time playing in Division 3.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's still like every other division to me. Some teams are really good and some teams are less good.
Fair. But yeah, nice to hear that it's settling down a little bit, at least.
And as you're now sitting at 2 series wins, 2 series losses, 4 games won, 4 games lost, how do you feel about your chances going into playoffs, as the top 4 teams of the group will go to playoffs?
I think we got a really good chance coming playoffs. I think it's also pretty fun because a lot of my friends are playing in Division 3 NLC this split. So I might beat them again. Especially Regim,
That you lost to?
sadly. But their mid laner, who was supposed to play, was in Africa, so I played against my own teammate instead. Yeah.
All right.
Unfortunate.
So, yeah. Do you have any further questions, Jackie?
I mean, not much, to be honest. I think
Alright.
that's enough for me.
All right. Somebody, do you have anyone you would like to give a shout out to after this series?
I would like to give a shout out to my 3 friends who were watching me and was cheering on me in the chat in the beginning, but then they went in normal and didn't give a shit about me playing, sadly.
Yeah, then they saw you picked Maoke for game 2 and they all left.
Yeah.
All right.
Or first they thought I was Seri.
Oh. Well, that would have been
Wow.
spicy. Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much, Sampe, for the interview. Once again, congratulations on the clean 2-0, and we will now let you leave.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you, man.
You
See
too.
you.
Okay, Jackie. Do you have any closing words on the day? As
Just that it's nice to see. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, as you've seen Darkside progress throughout the split, this is not your first time casting them. How does it feel to... I mean, I've heard that you are saying that they are improving, so how does it feel to see the team keep on growing?
I mean, I think it's nice to see that they're not boosted bonobos as they were a few games ago. No, I'm just kidding. It's nice to see that they progressed throughout the split, and I think you can see a very big difference from game 1, where you definitely felt that it was a bit more shaky. You didn't have the same calm as you maybe saw today. And of course, you could argue maybe Vesselit isn't as hard as the other teams that they might face in the coming days, but it's nice to see that they're going more and more into that state of that it's just another day at the office, which is essentially what you need when you really want to make it big in Div 3. And Div 3 is the breeding ground for a lot of talents in NLC. And this is where you end up seeing the future talents that reach out to the highest levels. So everything is about improving, even if you don't make it to playoffs. So it's nice to see that they are going in that improvement direction.
Yeah, well said. And that is going to conclude this stream. We'll be back on Wednesday with Lightside up against ESP. So stay tuned for that one. On Thursday we'll also have Darkside versus TBA. And then on Sunday it's going to be Lightside up against MRG, I think. I'm pretty sure it's MRG.
Yeah, it's MRG.
So really stacked week. Hope you guys will tune into all that. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful evening. This was Basik and Jacke casting. We're out.
Thank you guys.